Yeah, so I jacked the Z4 up, as you can see. It was making a bit of a clunking noise, so I thought the wheel was just catching the plastic. However, it ain't. So just while it's been sat over the winter, decided to drop a coil spring. So I have to replace that. Get in, dilly. Well, quite a nice straightforward job this is turning out to be. Obviously, being rear wheel drive on the BM, we've got no drive shaft to worry about. So say I've took the wheel off, took the brake caliper off, disconnected the ABS sensor cable which runs behind the knob. It goes into there basically. Took the brake caliper off, and again the other electrical connection for the brake pad wear light. I've undone the 3 top mount bolts. I've took 2 off and left one just hanging. So I've just got to take the main bolt out here, which clamps the bottom of the shock absorber onto the stub axle. Great, get that took off, and then I've just got to basically knock this down, and that will then move this off the off the bottom of the shock absorber, and then we'll get it out onto the bench, compress what is left of the spring, and then remove the spring, and then wait for the next new one to arrive. Yeah, dilly. Well, unbelievable. That was it. Undone the bolt, and it just literally a couple of taps on the hammer and it came off. So that's it. I mean, that has got to be the easiest shock absorber I've ever took off a car. As we can see, there's nothing really on the spring to compress. It's yeah, so I'll just get the angle grinder and just cut it off. Undo the bolt on the end so I can take this part off, and then I'm ready to compress, accept the new spring, tighten that back up, release the spring, put the shock absorber back on the car. I mean, literally, it's probably, all said and done, probably an hour's job really. You could, if you had the tools all at hand, an hour to change a spring, front spring on one of these. That's good going, like, happy days. Right, dilly. Cool, all stripped, ready. So I've rang Neil, my mate at CDS. They haven't got one in stock, but they've got one in Newcastle, and if they're delivering today, then I might get it today. If not, just have to sit and wait. So it'll probably be Tuesday now. I'll be able to get this and put it back together. Incidentally, the MOT advisories for this car said that there was misting on both front shock absorbers. There is nothing wrong with this shock absorber at all. It's not losing any oil. It's nice and dry on the shaft. Basically, yeah, push it down. It's springing back like it should. It's absolutely perfectly serviceable. Nothing wrong with it at all. When I first bought the car, I did buy 2 of these off eBay to replace them, and I didn't bother. I thought, it's just advisories, I'll send it back. It wasn't the kind of car that I needed to put a whole chunk of money into, so I just made do because it still had MOT. Yeah, and thankfully I did send them back because it doesn't even need them. The other thing it got picked up on as well was the front flexi hoses rusted. Well, that's the flexi hose there, and again, there's nothing wrong with them. There's a bit of surface stuff, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with them flexi hoses. Again, I've bought 2 brand new ones to put on. Wish I hadn't have bothered because it doesn't need them. However, I might be able to send them back, but I did get them quite a while back now, so it'll be a goodwill if they do take them back. Anyway, digress slightly. That's it. That's the shock absorber removed, ready to accept the new spring when I get it. Happy Easter, dilly.